Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear game stream. That's right. Every once in a while, generally once a week, occasionally I take a week off, but I do a bonus stream outside my normal build stream where I play some games. And today tonight, I'm gonna play some Hearthstone. I'm gonna throw the Bear Cave emote in the chat and the Lego emote. Hello, Durman. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the emote in there. Or just say hi like Durman did. I want to thank you for joining me. Up a little bit there. There we go. Up a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to play some Hearthstone and hang out. And I'll chat with you. We'll talk about the nerfs that went into effect today. We'll talk about the buffs that are coming in. The first ever Hearthstone buffs. Instead of making cards weaker, they're going to make cards better. Weirdly. And most classes are benefiting it, at least some. A couple classes, not too much. And in one class, definitely not at all. Warlocks got buffs for cards that do not matter and will not change anything. A warrior, for the most part, got like a 50-50, but like some decks, druid, kind of maybe a playstyle. Dang, there are a couple of classes out there that got some cool cards. A mage, in particular. Pocket Galaxy, moving down to 5, means that people are going to play Pocket Galaxy in decks. And the other one that was going from 4 to 3, it won't end up in decks, but it will show up using, now it'll show up in Magic Trick, the 1-cost card that lets you discover a 1 to 3 cost mage spell. Now that's going to show up in that, and so people will actually play that. They won't put it in their deck, but they'll pick it. Anyway, fun having y'all here. Let's go to the old screen there. Not expecting a huge turnout today, which is totally okay and understandable. I get it. Not everyone wants to watch me play Hearthstone. I get that. Now, let's talk about the nerfs that are that happened today. Excuse me. So, we'll go and look at this. There are a couple cards that got changed around. One is Evil Miscreant. Now, Evil Miscreant is part of the latest expansion. Is still a broken card. You combo it, and it adds 2 lackeys to your hand, and lackeys are often 1 cost. You're all 1 cost, I should say, and do different things. And it used to be a 5 health, and now it's 4 health, which isn't a huge nerf. It is a nerf, but it's not a huge one. So it'll be easier to kill off the board, so you can't pull it back later. But it's still a threat. Let's see. We got a 4-cost Raiding Party. That's been nerfed. So let's find Raiding Party. Raiding Party used to be 3 mana. Now it's a 4 mana cost. It still draws 2 pirates from your deck. It still combos. It means you can't coin on turn 2 and play it and get everything. It means you can coin on 3 and get everything. Hello, Lord Crashington. So you can still coin turn 3, play Raiding Party, and then get Spectral Cutlass on turn 4, which is still really good. Still a very good card. Bumping it up 1 makes it a better deal for people that are that mean that you have to coin it. You can't play a 1-cost minion like a lackey and then play it on turn 4. You might have to wait to turn 5. It does break your curve, which is great. What other? Let's see. There released one other one. There's a 9-cost that I don't have that we can talk about. If we go to crafting, we can look at. Let's see, where is it? 9 cost. I don't even have the mana. I couldn't make it, but this card is broken. Activist Elysiana. It is discover 5 cards, replace your deck with 2 copies. Now, why is this broken? Well, because part of the thing that makes Hearthstone is fatigue. That when you run out of cards in your deck, you're going to take damage. Now, the offside is something like Nomi, which there are cards that if you don't have any cards in your deck, certain things will happen. And it's well, can I get this done while still taking fatigue damage? This just says, yeah, you can mill me, you can take all my cards out of my deck, I can take all my cards out of my deck. I'm just going to play this, and then I'm going to put 10 cards in my deck and beat fatigue. Sorry. Now, this used to be 8 mana, so you could play it and then play a Brewmaster and Youthful Brewmaster and pull it back, and you'd be able to play it again. And now you can't do that. So that's great. Now that it's 9 cost, you would need some other way to do it. So that breaks one of the ways you can cheat this out. It doesn't solve the problem of this card being fucking broken, but it makes it better. So the only other one that has been nerfed is another rogue card, and it hurts a lot. It used to cost 0. It still costs 0 mana, and it's Prep. Now Prep, the next spell you cast this turn costs 2 less. It used to be 3. It meant that on turn 4 you play this, you play Sprint. Now you got to do that on turn 5, or it costs 5 mana to do. This is a bummer. This to me, Prep is so fundamentally a part of Rogue. I don't think it makes anything better for anybody else, and I don't even really think it makes the best Rogue decks worse. Like, I guess you played 1, maybe 2 cards less for your Van Cleef, but really what it does is it fucks up my fun, stupid decks, and I don't like that. Like this deck. Now, on turn 1, can't play Prep, Academic Espionage. I have to play it on turn 2 or coin it out. And that's a bummer for me. And maybe no one else. Anyway, those are the nerfs. There's some buffs coming. All the buffs are incredible. But let's play some Hearthstone. We're going to start with a wild deck called Darkest Hour. I played this last month. People have moved on from the wild meta and are not playing it or have figured out ways to counter it. But it's still a very silly deck that I like, so let's start with it. If you did not watch my last Hearthstone stream, I will go over what the deal is with this deck. And generally my philosophy when it comes to Hearthstone, my philosophy when it comes to Hearthstone is I like playing silly decks that win sometimes. That's my Hearthstone. That's what Hearthstone is to me. Is a place to play and win sometimes. I could pick meta decks that win 60-70% of games, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to play decks that when they win is glorious, and when they lose, yeah, I expected that. So, from this, we have one of 3 cards we need for our combo. We have Blood Bloom. We're going to mulligan the rest. We are looking for Reform Scheme, which we got. We did not need another Blood Bloom. We did not need Implosion. Implosion is good because it means we can play it out of our deck or out of our hands and get rid of it as we make more space. We now need 1 card for our combo. The Delirian single-player stuff is right up your alley then. Yes, it very much is. And we will do some dungeon run stuff because that is exactly what I like. All right, so we are looking for 1 card. We have 2 copies of 1 card in our deck, and it's called Darkest Hour. We need Darkest Hour because Darkest Hour allows us to use, instead of mana, health. So on turn, we're not going to get there, but on turn 4, the goal would be to hit Reform Scheme, somewhat a bunch of 1/1s. I'm sorry. Pause. I apologize. Blood Bloom is the card that lets us use health instead of mana for our next spell. Darkest Hour kills what's ever in play and replaces it with minions from our deck. So we need that. We do not have that. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cards. We are going to, hopefully, our opponent is going to play a minion so that the next turn we can play a card. Okay, they played a minion. We cannot target it. This is very smart of our opponent. It's very bad for us because we have to play something. So, what we are going to do is we are going to play the Reform scheme that has less imps. We are letting our opponent know what our deck is, but that is okay because our opponent probably had guessed what our deck was because we had not played anything on turn 1, 2, or 3. So they're going, oh, you're still playing this deck, huh? Well, all right. Okay. Okay. Building a wall. It's good for them. Good for them. Okay, we got the Unraveler, which I would have loved to have pulled. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards. We need to play a card. We will play Implosion. And we will clear something off the board. Gives us information about what the trap could be. And I am going to coin. We got it. All right. Next turn, we can do our combo. So that's great. So far, there's nothing that's been pulled out of here that I'm really bummed about. I don't love a 7/9 because it means that clearing it is going to be harder. Let's see. So we have 6 of these, which means that we can kill 3. We can run 3 in here. We're going to do this. Because we, that way we can at least do some damage to it. Then we're going to Blood Bloom. Then we're going to take 6 damage. And at the very least, we know we can get some health back. So do that. Then we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. And then attack random. That's fine. Should be okay. Okay. Could have been worse. I would have preferred that to be Freezing Trap, certainly, but I'll take it. Yeah, and our opponent concedes. So that's best case scenario right there. We had very low health, as you saw, but we did pull our Morganis, which basically it made our everything better, and then also protected our health total. So yeah. We could have had our 7, run into it, and that would have been bad. Our 7/9 could have killed our Morganis, and that would have been real bad. But yeah, that's the best case scenario for that deck. Well, the best case scenario is that you get Reform Scheme, Blood Bloom, and Darkest Hour just in your hands, and you don't even have to draw cards. Because drawing cards, sometimes you're drawing the cards that you would rather pull with Darkest Hour. We're gonna go with a rogue deck next. This is a Thief rogue deck that I have been playing. It's not great. One of the reasons why we're playing it in Wild is because I liked some of the cards in Wild. The other reason we're playing it general is because I have a quest I have a quest in my deck here to play rogue cards, so I want to play some rogue. Okay, so we're playing Druid, which means that we can keep Fence. I usually mulligan Fence against other Druid because it doesn't help. Henchclan Burglar, we're going to keep as well. Henchclan Burglar is just a great card. I'm getting it. Let's see here. Cool. Got myself a spam message. That's fun. All right, so we're going to play Swashbuckler. Now, our opponent is either thinking, one, we are not a pirate deck, even though we played a pirate, or two, we pulled patches because patches didn't show up. We are not a pirate deck. We are a thief deck. And maybe if we have a beast. Do we have any beasts? No, we don't have any beasts. So, we could play this and rush. We are not. Instead, we are going to draw our weapon, which is great. Because there's no point, in my opinion, of playing this as just a 2-3 on the board. Yeah, I don't have any Beast Asmo yet. You're right. I could get some beasts. It's possible. Oh, all right, so you got yourself some Jades, huh? All right. That's interesting. What does this do again? Add copies of both choices to your hand. Okay, so you've got more Jades. That's interesting. Well, we have to kill that, and we can do it in a fun way that's different than they thought I would do, because it leaves our 3-1 up. Board control is going to be pretty helpful on this one because our opponent's going to have a bunch of Jade cards show up. Yep. Yeah. Now, we do run into a problem here, which is I don't have any way to health up this Cutlass until theoretically turn 5. I might get a 1 cost. Because there are, that might be possible. But I think getting rid of this Jade and leaving some room on the board is worth taking 1 hit on it. I don't love it, but it's worth it. Because I can always clear later. I also can't just play this as a 4-4 for 4. I don't love that, but I can. Oh, we have more Jades. Of course we do, but we also have ways to get rid of our Jades. I think we're going to do this. Ooh, I dropped some frames there. I hope this isn't that's the first time I've had that in quite some time, so I apologize for that, folks. Keep this healthy. Make it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. There exists a chance that we won't get any more beasts, so we might as well do that. Sorry about the drop frames there. Oh, you didn't notice the drops, Sister Man? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, it was 79 frames, so nothing too major there. Hopefully everything will be cool. Alright. So our opponent does have a bunch of Chews to use with that card that we killed, which is interesting. I like this deck. This Druid deck seems fun. I'm probably going to look it up later. Some stuff going on with it. Ooze. Okay. Yeah. That's a good time to ooze me, we do have another weapon. We can find some funds. We can pull our weapon now and play it now if we want to. I think I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Guess quick shot. That's beneficial. Then let's do this. Okay. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like any of these. So I guess I'm going to go with Forbidden Ancient. I guess. I'm going to leave that at that. I'll use it as a charge. That's a good time to use. Yeah, I mean, for my opponent, Durman, that was a very good time. It wasn't a good time for me, certainly. All right, let's draw a weapon. Got our tests. Not a test. Our test is still in the deck. Put Cutlass on. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're just going to trade. And we'll keep our charges. And hopefully they don't have another ooze. Nope. They just have... Oh, great. You may have noticed I'm trying to fucking end this because this is not great. Let's do that. We'll do that.
I'll take that. Justice is mine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep the Jades from piling up and do face damage, which are both don't necessarily connect as well as one would like. But, yeah, okay, spreading plague. That is the risk of having a board is spreading plague, certainly. If we play another card, whatever we draw, we can then draw another card with Quick Shot, which is fun. Or what we're going to do is use Quick Shot and then draw 2 cards from our deck, because 2 cards is better than 1 card. Fun fact, 2 cards is better than 1 card. And we'll do that. There's our Tess. I wish we could play. Oh well. So we'll do that. And then we'll make these trades. Might as well. Keep our opponent from being able to buff. Not that I think our opponent has a lot of buff cards, but I'd rather not find out that way. Oof. Oof. Alright, so the question remains. Is it worth it to Tess? Or do we prep Elven Minstrel? Hope that we get Academic Espionage? Like, we're getting some cards off Tess, but I'm not... My health total's high enough that I think I'm going to wait on Tess. Now, that could be... I could be making a terrible mistake here. I should maybe be playing Tess right now, but I think that... Alright, that's our last minion. Got here. Ooh. We'll slow you down a little bit. Our health total is high enough. Now we have a taunt. I mean, we're going to play Tess next turn. You only draw minions off the... Yes, Asmo, I knew. I thought I had more than 1 minion left in my deck. I've now drawn all my minions, which is good. No, we were going to get Espionage off Minstrel. If I made it sound like that, I apologize. Oof. Starfall. Starfall is good to have in your deck if you are going up against my other deck. But kind of rough now against me. Alright, well, we are now officially gonna Tess. Because even if we get Espionage, Espionage isn't gonna... Yeah, Deadly Poison's not good enough. Well, Deadly Poison after we Tess. Here's Tess. Okay. Okay. Then we'll do that. And we'll do that. Alright. Not a huge test. But, you know. There are chances. Our other Vendetta would be good. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. I don't think we got it, folks. I mean, look, I got a bunch of cards that could draw me cards that could help save the day, but I'm not feeling too confident about that. I don't think we took down the Jade Machine. Yeah, that's not gonna... We're not gonna be able to draw these. We'll put them in there. I'll play a card. So we're gonna trade that. And we're gonna trade that. And then I guess we'll do that. You know, maybe they don't have... Well, I guess we can do that too. Harold is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Harold. Appreciate it. You remember the Jade Druid wins. Yes, indeed. Harold, happy to have you here. Thank you for hosting. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. I was like, maybe they won't have one, but yeah, they have one damage. That academic espionage could have changed the whole game. No. Really, I was hoping for Burgle, honestly, or Hallucination. Whatever. As I said, this deck doesn't, when it loses, you're like, yeah, all right, I got my quest done. We lose, like, yeah, it's going to lose. It's not a great deck. We're going to switch over to Ranked, and we're going to try out Juicy Doll. Let's look at Juicy Doll. Juicy Doll, not a good deck. This deck is bad. This deck might be unplayable. It might be terrible. But I do enjoy it. So we'll look at it. What does this deck do? Well, it does two things. What that deck do? It does two things. It has the Witchwood Grizzly Predatory Instincts combo with Witching Hour as a backup, which is a fantastic thing. Basically, you play Predatory Instincts. It draws the only one of two beasts you have in your deck, doubles its health. So even when it loses health for how many cards your opponent has, it's starting from 24, so it still has a lot of health. And then you can bring it back with Witching Hour, and it's the only one of two beasts. It doesn't get the 24 health when it comes back, but it comes back with 12, which is great. That's very good. The other thing we've got Dream Polo Florist. That's a fun one. That's just a great card to maybe play out Big Bad Archmage early, which is great. The other combo in there, which it gets its name, is the Juicy Doll combo, which is playing Doll Master Dorian, which is whenever you draw a minion, you summon a 1/1 copy of it, and playing Juicy Psych Melon, which draws a 7, 8, 9, and 10 from your deck. And you can see we have 7. Having a 1/1 of this is awesome. Having a 1/1 of this helps you for a little while. This doesn't really do much. This only combos with Swipe. And I should have a different 9 cost in this deck. I should maybe have Ysera. But guess what? I don't have Ysera. Because I broke it down for Dust to make something else one day. And I haven't missed it. Except in this deck. And then having a 1/1 Big Bad Archmage is great for one turn. Really, these 8/8s are just to have, or this 8 cost is just to have something to pull. And this 9 should be another 9 cost legendary dragon, really. But hey, sometimes having a 1/1 rush minion is just a little bit of help. And then you can play it on 9 and do some damage. And then you've got some ways to kind of cheat out a little bit of card draw, and a little bit of Wrath does also work with Malagos, Innervate. It's not a good deck, but when I've won with it, it's felt pretty good. So let's. I'm ranked 19 also, so like whatever. Let's play. Probably an hour at around 8 o'clock or so, I will switch over and show the single player, the solo adventure stuff, because that's fun and weird, and I really enjoy it. Okay. Alright, so Howl is good. Psych Melon is good. Keep those. I'd like a little ramp if I could. Having the Florist on 7 in opening hand isn't great at all. And Archmage, that's not great at all. These are cards that I want to draw with Psych Melon, not get now. I maybe could have mulliganed the Psych Melon. That's not great. Alright, we got 2 Howls. We have our turn 3 play. We can at least draw a card. It means in turn 5 we can do Howl after we've done Psych Melon. And by pulling some of the bigger cost cards out of our deck, it takes that out of our deck and we won't draw them as much. This is good too. That is another option for turn 4. But we're going to just draw. There's our Ooze, which is probably not going to be helpful against Hunter, but hey, I play enough rogues that having Ooze is nice. So I'll take it. Now, since our opponent has not played anything except one rush minion, I am going to give us a so give a board space. I've got options. I can draw. Now I don't get a 7 cost because I've drawn both my 7 costs and I don't get a 10. So I'm getting an 8, a 9, and the other 10. And then I'll go to 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do it. Let's do it. It means our turn 5, we can play Ferocious Howl. 2, 4, 6, no, yeah. We can howl, draw a card. We'll be good. Okay. So, let's see. We do run into a problem here, which is either of our draws, we then have to play this. But what we're going to do is we are going to draw, get a bunch of armor, and then we are going to play this. Because I'm not expecting our hunter to have a weapon anyway, so I'm totally okay with that. Yep, okay. Okay, okay. Alright. Our opponent does have a weapon. They're running that in their beast deck. That's not... I probably should have seen that coming. I'll admit. Alright, so... How do I want to do with this? That's got to go. I can do 4 to that. I mean, it's not a clear. It's not a clean. It's not clean at all. But that felt like the way to go. Maybe it should have been the other way. Quite possible. Our next turn, we're probably playing Florist to be killed because I think that my opponent won't go face against Florist and we'll have to take it out, which decreases our damage. We have Innervate, so we can't do... So, since we have Innervate, we are not going to do Florist, and instead we're going to do Enforcer, because that's way better. And then the hope is that we can get a Florist in there, maybe hit our big bad, and live for a little while. We could also Predatory Instincts to get our Witchwood Grizzly, which we couldn't play on this turn unless we pull the other Innervate. But we might want to do, because eventually we're going to pull both our Grizzlies. So, we've got options for that. Alright, well, our opponent's getting a secret, so that's a thing. Our opponent now has a secret in play. And it's going to do some damage. Oh, alright. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. That definitely makes more sense. Okay. The other swipe would be okay. Juicy is terrible. It just draws 1 card. So that's a 4 mana draw 1 that we couldn't play. It would only be good if we already had Dollmaster, because we could get a 1/1 with Divine Shield on the board. If we play this, we pull a Grizzly, which we can't play. We're gonna can't. This is the best thing we can do. It's not snipe, which is great. I mean, we're not in a good spot here at all. We can play that next turn. Hopefully we get some sort of heal, but I'm hoping that we save 4 health by playing that. We do not save 4 health by playing that. Okay. Yeah. That didn't go our way. As I said, I don't even know if this is a good bad deck. It might just be a bad deck. But it is a deck. And our opponent found lethal. Fun. Hey, reminder, folks, if you are a subscriber to the Build with Bear stream, and you use Twitch Prime, you have to renew yourself manually. So consider doing that. If you're not a subscriber, consider becoming one. If you're just someone who follows, $5 a month, either using your actual cash money or credit card or whatever, or if you have Amazon Prime, linking it with your Twitch using Twitch Prime. That's a way to support. Let's try to be positive. Let's try one more time. Let's try Juicy Doll one more time. I'm convinced that it can be a fun deck. There's been discussion that I should have Chef Nomi in this deck because I do have enough card draw that I could pull it off. And to that I say, nah. No, that's not going to work for me. I don't think Nomi is going to help me. Wrath we can use for card draw and removal. Florist we don't want. Innervate we don't want yet. Let's do this. Let's scale up a little bit. Wild Growth is great. We do want Wild Growth. So we can do this, which is, oh, we got Innervate again. So we can Biology Project, and we can Coin, and we can Wild Growth. And now we have 4 mana. And then we actually have a 5th mana. We have a little card draw too, because we can do 1 damage and draw if we need to. Or we can just clear this away. You see, great, we got that too. So you say thank you, and I say goodbye. We have instincts and shapeshift for next turn if we need to do that. I would say I would take a Ferocious Howl. Okay, so our opponent is playing Dollmaster. We're going to play this so that next turn we can play our Grizzly. And let's just hit this thing. Let's just do 5 damage to that thing. Alright. So I don't have a way to clear that thing yet. We could draw our other swipe, which now won't help. So we're gonna play our Grizz, and we'll just get rid of that thing. I'll do 1 health. Our opponent is playing a combo deck that, oh boy. Yeah, that thing's got to go. I really need swipe to show up. We already have our other Innervate, so we can't play this next turn. We can live for a while, but Yeah. Floop. Floop is weird. I like Floop a lot. I like that next turn I'm going to innervate, play Archmage, and then on the next turn I can play that, and it'll be a 3/4 copy. That's fun. You can also just play as 4, but that's not worth it. Floop is not a great draw there, by any stretch of the imagination. But, okay. We know what our turn 9 play is, probably. Oof, oofta, oofta, oofta. This is not looking great. Oof, Ciliax. Oh, love seeing Ciliax. Where's that? Swap this minion with your deck. Oof. I still think this is the best play. We could have Wild Growth for a 0. Well, Wild Growth would have gotten us 10. You're right. Well, no, I'm right. 10 wouldn't have done anything. And we'll let you make the trade. Well, that's not a great 6-cost card. Mad Summoner. Because this card is gold, the 6 drops it makes are gold, which is kind of fun. Once again, we can play this next turn. We can play a 3/4 version of it, so that's kind of fun. I don't hate that. And that... It's in a 3/12. What does this do? Rush. Okay, yeah. So I would love Swipe to show up. Swipe would be very good. That's not Swipe. It also isn't a card that I can play this turn. So we'll do this, which is not great. And we'll do this, which is not great. And then that is great. That's really great. So we know next turn we could play a 2/14 with Taunt and get a, 1/1. Let's see. What do we got here? That's not good. That's Spark Drill is not great. I mean, it's not bad. Oof. Oofa doofa. Yeah. You got all the answers, huh? I don't know if I love this deck. I mean, I like that it's using Dollmaster in conjunction. There's something interesting about it. Oof. There's something interesting about it. Okay. I now have 2 1/1s with Rush. That's fun. I don't know if I can answer any questions, but anybody got any questions on Hearthstone, feel free to ask in the chat. I don't know if I can really help with anything. I think my opponent is right to make those trades. I don't know if they're the best ones, but we're finally going to kill Dorian. I'm very excited about killing Dorian. And my opponent must have known we were going to do it. And then be like, oh, well, it doesn't really have anything else. We have this. It lives. Hopefully, our opponent is just running 1 copy of the 6 cost that will just kill it instantly and add 3 health. I mean, my opponent could be running 2 of those. But I'm hoping they run... Okay. Yeah, you got that thing. This... Dr. Morgan's getting buffed in June, which is interesting. Why order? Yes, but whatever. That's interesting that that's getting buffed in June. I forget what that's getting buffed to. Oh, it's going to be 6 mana. So it's going to be even easier to play, and you won't have to do some of the hijinks that this person's doing, which is interesting. Alright, so let's Howl to give us some armor. We don't have the cost to play that, but we can play this, which again makes it a target for opponent. And then I'm going to let you make the trades. You make these trades. Because now that costs 1. So that's rad. Because reduces the minion in your hand. So that now costs 1, which means we can play almost anything in our deck that we draw. Other than Big Bad Archmage. We can play Malagos. Great. What you get? You got that. Okay. Cool. Cool. Maybe we'll see more Dr. Morgan now. This is a great draw. Now my opponent has a lot of cards in their hands, so this isn't great, but it's good. Now, you might be asking yourself, Pat, what is your win condition? And the answer is, I don't have one other than get to the point where my opponent can't keep getting Dr. Morgans out of their deck, I guess? Fatigue? I don't really have a win condition. I have another Witching Hour, which is great. I've got Big Bad Archmage. I can Malagos swipe to do a lot of damage. Maybe if I draw one of my juicy Psych Melons, I can do something with that. I mean, I know I'm just going to draw Ooze this next turn, right? Like, this is Ooze turn? No, it's not the Ooze turn. Okay. It's the Howl turn. Do that. We can't play this. So I guess we're going to clear this. Yikes. Alright, this is definitely the last game. We're going to play this out, though. I'm not going to concede. We'll play it out. Yeah. That's going to be a 6-cost card in June. People might actually play Dr. Morgan. Not Morgan. Morgan. People actually might play that card. Alright, well, we'll concede here. We got Swipe. What is Swipe? Does Swipe kill anything? That rushes. I can just... Fine. I'm killing this thing. And then I'm conceding. I lost. That's fine. Yeah. Alright. I don't think that's even a good bad deck, but I like some of the interactions. Now, to be fair, I fully believe that Witching Hour, Predatory Instincts, Grizzly is a great, like, set of combo. Like, those interactions are fantastic, and keep this deck from being complete trash to a lot of trash. That does help quite a bit. It's not enough, but it does help some. All right, so let's see what we want to do here. We'll do a Spell Hunter game. Spell Hunter's fun. So the thing about Spell Hunter is it has no minions. It has only spells. And the thing you want to do is clear your opponent's board, do a bunch of damage, create some beasts via spells, play those beasts, buff those beasts via spells. And then you want to play Zul'jin. on turn 10 if you can, and then you'll replay all those spells. And you'll win or lose spectacularly. Feel out what our opponent has got going on. We will make the decision of what trap we're playing next, either freezing or snipe. We are going to play freezing because I want this 3-2. I want our opponent to have to take more damage if they want to play that 3-2 again. Put our opponent in a position where they can't just, they run through their healing, whatever healing they have. Okay. Will you attack or will you not attack? You will attack, okay. I am not going to play Unleash the Hounds. I could. I now might play Unleash the Hounds, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to play Animal. I was thinking, so either I would play Snipe, which would turn this into a 3-4, or I'd play Animal Companion, which could turn this into a 3-3, or give me a 4-4, or give me a 4-2. Instead, use that. We'll do that. We have now set up, you know, our opponent, if this was wild, could play Defile gear and really wreck house. But guess what? This is standard. You can't play Defile. Rotate it out. So it's okay to set up a Defile board. Because my opponent doesn't have Defile. And then my opponent had to use that as an option. Let's see. So, I have Snipe, which would make that a 3-3, which is pretty good. I have Unleash the Hounds, which is probably the best in combination with this. Yes, this makes this the best. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Do that. Do that. We can only do one shot. So what's the best way to do that? And then I like this. Not the best trade there. I probably should have. I should have killed this and give myself a 0-3 and protected my spell Seeker Keeper. So I definitely didn't play that great. But we do know that on turn 6 we know what spell we're playing. And we're hoping we pull our Zul'jin before we hit turn 10. That's the real hope. Okay. Yeah. So we're causing our opponent to trade. Opponent does know that we do have this, so turn 5 we at least can play that. But yeah, I should have traded the 4-2 into that and left a 1-1 on the board with Divine Shield. So that is on me. Yikes. Do not love seeing that. Don't mind seeing that. Check this shit out. Now, should I save Deadly Shot for a big minion? If my opponent was playing big minions, yes. But my opponent is not Handlock. My opponent is Zoo. So, goodbye. Yeah, my opponent is definitely playing a Zoo deck, so getting rid of Knife Juggler is rad. And also, if our opponent does have something big, we have a 5-5 we can run into it. So, we will do that. I assume our opponent's going to play a defensive card. We might run the 5-5 into it. We play. Okay, there he goes. That was the Flame Imp. Our friend, the Flame Imp. I believe we are just going to run in Unleash the Beast. Keep that going. Keep that powering up our Zul'jin. Explosive Shot we want to save because Explosive Shot is a great card against Zoo. If our opponent is able to reload, we will have a great weapon against our opponent. That's a turn 7 right there. Explosive Shot Snipe is a great turn 7. All right. That is not worth an Explosive Shot. Yep, and that good placement by our opponent. Okay, our opponent is attempting to reload. Think I'm gonna just do this. Put our opponent to 9 health. We've got 12 possible. Okay, lackeys. That's interesting. Could give our opponent a chance to get the 1 cost that gives a spell. Could turn this game around. Our Explosive Shot is now better. Is good. Our Baited Arrow, we could, it costs a lot, gives us a 5/5. Got some options. Okay, that makes it, okay. It's good. It's good. And there's our Sea Giant. Was waiting for that Sea Giant to make an appearance. Our Sea Giant appears. Okay. All right. Okay. Lethal. Yeah, we have lethal. That's the other thing. Our opponent did all of that, and we still just have lethal. We don't have to do anything. Yeah, our opponent did all that stuff, but because we took out that 2/3 and gave us ourselves a 0/3 taunt, we kept ourselves from needing our opponent was unable to clear either of ours. So yeah, by doing that twin spell there, and that gave us a minion on the board, which gave us 2 minions on the board. It was totally worth it. So that felt good. We'll play one more Spell Hunter, and then now that it's 8 o'clock, we'll check out. We'll do some dungeon run stuff. It's nonsense. Basically, the whole idea is that I'm going to be playing a game where I'm building a deck as I go, and things that don't exist in Hearthstone will be available, or things that only bosses and their solo games will be available. There's Zul'jin. We're keeping Zul'jin. We're on turn 1. We're up against Rogue. I'm going to play a 1/2 immediately. I'm going to keep 3, and I'm going to keep Zul'jin. Because the thing is, on turn 10, we need to be playing Zul'jin, because we are probably dead before turn 10. But if we are alive on turn 10, we are playing Zul'jin. There is, we're up second, I should say. I said we are up first. We're up second, which means I can coin Animal Companion next turn if I don't have a secret to play. If I had a secret in hand, I might wait on this. And on turn 2, play them together. I don't have a secret to play. Means I don't have a turn 3, but it means I just did 5. And my opponent has to deal with that. I don't know what... Okay. Ooh. Knife Juggler. Really? Huh. Okay. Huh. Hey, Secret Plan. I like that. I'll take Secret Plan. That gives us a... yeah, we'll do Explosive Trap. Best case scenario. Our opponent playing Face Rogue? Alright, well, either way, I would have liked to have gotten rid of a couple other minions, but getting rid of one minion is fine. Knife Juggler and Rogue, huh? Alright, cool. Yeah. Huh. Aggro face Rogue. Okay. I mean, it's not a lackey Rogue. I mean, I'm sure there's lackeys in your deck, but... We'll do that. I think we'll just do that. I don't like using Unleash the Hounds for 1. Summoning a 1/1 with charge for 3 is not worth it to me. Alright, we got a turn 5 though. Oof. But we got a pretty good turn 5. Oh, Fish McMuffin just used Twitch Prime to subscribe. That's 4 months. Thank you very much. Subscribers, if you want to throw the Bear Cave emote, the Lego emote in there, and thank Fish for subscribing again. Thank you very much for that. Very much appreciated. Now we play Unleash the Hounds. And we do here. We do here. And we do here. And we do here. And Secret Plan is better than 2 face damage, because it means I can play Explosive Trap again next turn. Or I can play Unleash the Beast. Well, much love to you, Fish. Thank you very much for that subscription. It really does mean a lot. Ah, yikes. Yikes, yikes. So, I can put a 5/5 on the board, run into that. I have options. I can play Baited Arrow, get rid of this, give myself a 5/5. 1 mana left over. But it means the next turn I don't play that. I can play this, clear both of them. Yeah, I think it's better. I don't like it. I don't like floating mana. I think this is more efficient, but I don't think my opponent cares about the minions on my board, and they would just go face. Yikes. Cleared both of your card advantage. So, we'll kill that. We don't get anything. We run that in. We get that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Maybe my opponent won't go face with it. Alright. What's this do? That makes just 1. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Ooh, I like having kill command. That's nice. We're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna give myself a little insurance. Because remember, we do have on turn 10 Zul'jin. So we can play turn 10. We're gonna get 5 armor on turn 10. And then do a bunch of nonsense to ourselves. Okay, well that's not great. I don't like seeing that. We should definitely play at least 1 Unleash the Beast before on this turn. But we have nothing to... Unfortunately, I don't think our opponent... Yeah, our opponent is just... No? Okay, yeah, so our opponent is just... attempting to get lethal. We have no healing. We have to survive 6 health in the turn. This turn. So we are going to do this. And we're going to do that. And now we are hoping. Yeah. Yes, Asmo. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing my best to set up lethal. Okay. Can you do 3 damage? Can you do 3 damage? No. Alright, so we are going to... Now, there's 2 ways to go about this. We're playing Zul'jin no matter what. We could run this face, hope that we do enough face damage to warrant it. We could run into one of these beasts, or we could do nothing. We are doing this. This might not be the way to go, but I don't think there is a good way to go. It might be best to wait for after Zul'jin does all his things to clean up. But I like this. Okay, explosive's good. Because we do have rush minions, yes, we do. Although that rush minion is dead. Okay, those rush minions are dead. Okay. Alright, we already did that. Okay. 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 Can't do that, so we gotta do that. Alright. I think we won. That's a good sign. I should point out, well, that's rude, that if this was, that there was a 2 out of 3 chance that this was lethal. Because it either could have buffed the Hound or been a Charger. So, Misha is good. All of them are good. Misha would have been better. That's all. That's all I'll say. But yeah, that Spell Hunter, I love it. It continues with my general philosophy, which is win in a silly way, or like we didn't have health, right? We had no health. You know, like there's no way to heal in that deck. We're not running Ziliax because we don't run any minions in that deck. So yeah, you only win because of nonsense. So let's go over to solo adventures. This is a fun thing. This is the heist. Let's see. I'm still in a heist. Ooh, I didn't realize I was still in a heist. So I'm playing a heist here. There's a lot of things happening. Basically, there is. So here's the thing. You want to defeat 8 bosses, right? 8 matches. You start off with a deck, small amount. You're fighting people who are not tough. As it goes, it gets harder. You get cards. You can choose some cards. You can choose some special cards. There's a thing where you can go meet the innkeeper, get some stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff that's happening. I have a deck that is. I'm trying to play totems a bunch to unlock some stuff in this deck. Because I have the random totem. I want the better one. So, we've got options. Right now, both of us start with a thing that unlocks and then you can play. And sometimes those cards are great, and sometimes they are bad. We also have a passive thing, which is sometimes this dude just does some shit. Sometimes it's great, like, oh, that card's cool, have 2 more of them. And sometimes it's bad, like, hey, let me clear the board for you. And you're like, but I don't. So those are my abilities. I'm now picking my second ability. This is not great, because I don't need one random minion to have +1/+1 at the start of my turn. That doesn't really help. This is kind of cool, but I can only play 2 cards. And I don't have an expensive deck. So I'm going with this. I'm going to make my enemy's minions cost 1 more. That sounds good. And now I can pick cards along these 3. Elementals are good. Totems could be fun. I don't want this because I don't have Murlocs. And that's, if I had a lot of Murlocs, that might be something. But do I want 2 totem Manatide totems and 1 Primal Fin totem? I don't think I want that. I think I want Firefly, honestly. I have some elemental, and a couple elementals. Thorison's good. And then yeah, I'm going to take the elementals. Not great for the deck I'm building, but... Oh, and here's the bartender, so I can show this off. So the first round of this chapter of this is free, and then you pay to unlock other chapters. So if you play Hearthstone, you can play the mage version of this, and it's fun, and you get some decks for completing and stuff, card decks, or card packs, I say, not decks, packs. And then every once in a while you come across this, and you can do different things. You have 2 mana, 2 coins to spend, so we can make something way better but cost more. I don't want to do that. I can reduce the cost of 4 spells from my deck or cost of 1 spell by 3. That sounds like something we're doing. I can discover a legendary. I can remove all of these from my deck, which I don't want to do. And I can add one of the enemies to my deck. So we got this. We don't have a lot of elementals. We have some. This is just a great card. I know I at least have 1 3 cost, so we are going to do this. And then, because legendaries are fine, but if I can't see what they are, it's not worth it. And now we're going to make 1. Okay. So, I wish that evolution kept that, and then each one was free. It won't do that, I don't think. But also, a free evolution is better than a free devolve, and better than a free rock biter, and better than a free earth shock. I wish that I had one of these cost something. I'm going to do this. It means that I can play 1 more of them. The possibility exists that it will keep its debuff and will be it will keep its decrease in cost and just be 0. And if it is, it's broken. So it's worth the risk. Even if I just get 1 more out of it because I got the first one for free, totally worth it. To have a 0 cost evolve. Unstable evolution is totally worth it. Okay, so we see what there. Gives all minions -2 attack until your next turn. So that sucks. We definitely want to have some sort of, because they can play it before they play minions. So that's rough. But also remember that we do have this weird friend of ours that jumps in to help out sometimes, which is cool. And then once the game starts, we see, that's not what I wanted to see, but okay. We can see, yeah, he gives a help. All our enemies' minions cost 1 more, which is nice. Might delay them using their power. And that's evolution there. Ragnaros. Ragnaros, the Light Lord. That's a fun one. We gotta wait until it breaks. And they got... Oh, that's terrible. Heck yeah. Enjoy your 1/7. Now, this doesn't actually help us here because it helps us against spells. Doesn't help us against... That makes it 0 because it's all not targeted. And we also cannot use Unstable Evolution on it because it can't be targeted. So it doesn't pair well with that. Not that we would do that on that. And we'll just leave that totem up. I'm excited to find out if this is cost 1, and we're going to find out next turn, probably. Okay. Just going to keep doing that, huh? Until you have enough mana for your enemies that I made bigger, huh? Okay. So, I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I need to test that out. It at least meant that that went up to 2, which is cool. And that did not. Great. Alright, let's get my 2 damage in. Then let's see. Oh my god! Oh, this is broken! It stays costing 0! Oh, this is awesome! Oh, this is so cool. Who cares about that? I don't have it. I'm keeping that. Ooh, I like that. What's this? It's 7 call. It's 7 mana. What's this do now? Summon a random minion with. I don't have any armor. Oh, yeah. We're gonna keep you. Let's buff you up. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, what the fuck? See? And now you get to see one of the other things that sucks. This motherfucker, I wanted that to live. Now I have a 6/6. The best I can do is make it a 11 cost 8/8. See? There you go. He was trying to be helpful. Now, had that been like Lightning Storm or some other like cool attack or like Flame Strike, yeah, let me do Flame Strike again. But instead, I lost out on my Sarah. But now I have all of these. I'm keeping this. Stagloom is good. I lost my Sarah. Now I have an 8/8. Sarah, that would have ruled. Oh well. Alright, you got yourself a 3/4, huh? Enjoy that. Hey! Now I have my 1 cost. This is... So it didn't work for both cards. It only works for one unstable evolution. But I have the other unstable evolution. So... What? See, there you go. I don't want a 4... I don't want that. I want my 0/3 where adjacent minions have +2 attack. That's a 4/4. And if I had Murlocs, that'd be good. I'm telling you, this guy was the best option I had. Which should go to show I did not have many good options. If that guy was my best choice. Ugh. Alright. Oh, hey. What's up? Cool. Let's do this. Let's do... we'll do this. Do this. I'm just gonna... I get 6 chances at that. I'll take a random demon. What's going on here? I don't have that. Ooh. Not with what I've got. You cast a spell, freeze an enemy minion. Alright. Okay. So yeah, a lot's going on right now. Now I got myself a free demon, which I won't play, because why would I do that? I mean, I guess I would do it because they seem to always play that, and then they would fill their board. So I guess I'm going to do that. That's pretty funny. Now you got a bunch of 1/1s, and next turn you're going to make them so they don't work. Do that. I don't draw anything from my deck that way, but it's probably for the best. There. Then what do I got? Okay. What do are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, so this, yeah, there you go. Okay. Hey! It's our friend the Light Lord. Okay. Can we do that? Great. Freeze an enemy. Get rid of this thing. Let's just get rid of this thing. I had lethal. I didn't notice I had lethal. I apologize, folks. I didn't realize I had lethal there. But I at least wanted Light Lord. I wanted Ragnaros the Light Lord to work at least once. That's yeah. That was all part of my plan. Was to allow Ragnaros the Light Lord to get the first to get the kill. It's all part of my master plan. So as you can see, complete and utter nonsense. But a lot of fun. And now I'm ranking up in Shaman, my least played class. Because I generally don't really like Shaman. Alright, so I have some elementals. I could get more elementals. Having a real rag is pretty cool. Having another White Eyes might be fun. Getting a rag that way. Kind of like getting health. Witch's Brew is good. Farseer's good. Let's do Legends. Let's do Legends. Get some high cost cards in there. This one sucks. This person is tough to beat. This elemental creature. Here's hoping our friend does some damage. Also, them having. Let's do that. Do that. All right, we can put some treasures in our deck on turn 1, which is pretty cool. So, our opponent having enemies cost more than 1 is helpful. That's kind of helpful. Get some spell damage. That's a good card. So these Molten Rocks do 1 damage to everything on the board, and it's annoying. So this isn't going to be helpful ever, except to play it so the next turn we can benefit from having Elemental. So let's shuffle. We just shuffled a bunch of nonsense in our deck. I was kind of hoping our friend would just play it again, but it's okay. Okay, we'll take 1 to the face. Let's.
Go ahead. Draw another.
Oh, we got another one. Okay. So our opponent gave us an extra card, which is cool. And this is the 0 cost that always stays 0. So we are just going to build this up very high. Okay, I don't like that. Because we can always... Oh. Obsidian Destroyer, that's not going to help. I like that card, though. Hey! You know what? Ragnaros helped us out last game. We're keeping Rag. I mean, because the most is... we might get a 9 cost that's really good, or we might get a 9 cost that's bad, and then we have to go to 10 or 11. We can always go to the 11 cost. But yeah, we're keeping it. We're going to keep and heal ourselves. Yeah. Heck yeah. We're a deck that likes Ragnaros. Okay. Oh no. Rag, heal yourself. Please heal yourself. So yeah, this thing, at the end of your turn, does 1. So now we gotta hope that, well, we're gonna kill that. Oops. We're going to give ourselves a weapon. Kill that thing. And then we have a 50-50 that Ragnaros heals itself. Ragnaros, heal yourself. No? Alright, well, Ragnaros is probably dead, because I assume my opponent is going to play this thing. And... dang. I was hoping that Ragnaros was going to survive. Oh well, Fire Lord. It was nice having you. You were pretty cool. This is just gonna die, but we can draw with it. So we'll play it. And most likely we're gonna play White Eyes next turn. Oh no, Grim Patron! Fuck! That's bad. Obviously. Because yeah, this thing's just gonna keep making goddamn Grim Patrons that I can't clear. I can't clear that. Oh boy. Fine, White Eyes. Do what you gotta do, White Eyes. I should have saved that evolve. The Rag was good, but... oh no! Oh boy. Oh, fuck. Hey, random dude. How about you help me out? I'm about to lose this shit. Oof. Alright. Give a +1 for each friendly totem. After you summon a miniature of its death rattle. That just puts things on the board. I don't have any spells to play with this. I think I'm probably just gonna... lose. For, you know, I mean, anything can happen, but...
This will protect you. I put another copy in your...
What? What? Okay. So this is one of the things we pulled, which deals 22 damage between all enemies. So this is the time to pull this. There's no better time than this. Let's do this. See if we can get... nope. Okay, I was hoping we'd get spell damage, but I'll take it.
Let me cast that again at a random time.
Okay. So I was done. Now I'm not. Because our weird friend who occasionally gives helpful advice just cast that again, and I did 22 damage. So suddenly, I'm doing pretty good. And now I'm healing myself. Our opponent's card... okay. So I gotta clear that thing. Which you can. And I can also do this. Oh wait, I can't do that till next turn. Ah, I fucked up. Shit. I thought I had 9 mana. I was gonna be all cool. I was gonna play Umbra, and I was gonna play White Eyes, get myself another one. That was a fuck up. Oh wow. I fucked that up. I got so excited. So our opponent having a 6/9 that can just do this and do this is bad. Like, these aren't good things that are happening right now. That's not terrible. This is what I was supposed to do. And then that. And then what do I clear? I mean, I clear this. But do I have... I don't have... Do I clear that? No, because that's going to go in here, but then it's going to kill that. This has got to go, but that's also got to go.
Perhaps I can end this.
And that's got to go.
Haste makes waste.
Let's just do that. Hopefully that'll die. That was not the right way to play that. But oh, great. Cool. Wait, what? Why? What? Okay. Okay. What? What? What the fuck? Okay. Can overload my opponent.
There is a lot at stake
here. Most likely lost, yeah. Gonna assume I lost here. But, well, who knows? Alright, well. Whoa! Why? Why would you do that when I just spent all my mana? Well, okay. Like I said, I don't know. It's very weird. That guy sucks. I mean, it's the computer, and it's weird. Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's weird. I like him, but he's weird. Alright, so I get a War Kodo. I mean, really, the best thing I can do is... I don't have any spells. So I can get rid of that. Is honestly, I just have to play things and hope that he helps me. But it doesn't seem like he's going to help me anymore. So I'm just kind of hoping he helps because my opponent has lethal. And I really needed this to be a 0-2, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm hoping my opponent is bad. But most likely, I just lost here on 7 out of 8, which is a bummer. But yeah. Occasionally, I've played against computer opponent here that, you know, the AI, they lose, but... Okay. So I got to 6 out of 8. Which is also okay, because this deck isn't great. But now, I can do this, which transform a friendly minion into one that costs 1 more. Because I summon 25 totems. And then I can play a different deck. I'll show you how this works. So I'm going to pick Shaman. It's the one I have not beaten yet in any way. My hope is there is a particular power that makes your hero power cost 1 less, and that's the one I want. I want that. I don't. The other one's fine, but I want that because I want this to cost 1, and it doesn't. So I can see what this is. So I unlock bosses. It gives me other decks. Oh, I'll go back. If I overload a bunch more mana, I can get this one, which is you just draw a card and it overloads you, and that's not good. Primal Storms. So this one, you know, you still have the prison, because that's the part I'm playing this in. This is pretty good. Pretty good cards. Life Drinker's good. Yeah, we'll give this a go. I'm not going to fully play through an adventure, I don't think, but I'll at least start one. Um, so the first game, you're just playing the cards you have against an opponent that's fairly easy to beat. Um, and our hero power is kind of useless in the beginning. We'll keep this, keep that. And alright, we got Totem Golem, that's good. That means we can play it, and then on turn 3, we can make it even better if we need to. We did get a turn 1 card, which is great. I had Taunt, that's pretty good. And Charge, that means that when it wakens out of prison, it'll be a problem. But that's okay. We are going to take... yeah, we're gonna. I mean, look, if I lose this, that's it, because that's nonsense. I shouldn't lose this. But, I did want to talk. People have been wondering. People have been thinking about like what's the most completely broken thing in the buffs that are coming in June. For the first time ever, Hearthstone's going to be buffing. In my mind, the actual buff that is nonsense, there's two. One is Pocket Galaxy going from 7 to 5 cost is huge and unbelievable. Okay, so that's what that just made it better, slightly better. Fine. Let's Life Drinker, because that's lethal. I mean, it was lethal on board, but Life Drinker. I had lethal on board, Asmel, I know, but it's fun to play Life Drinker. Ooh, now I have a Golden Frost Shock, a card I don't ever really use. But really, to me, it's Christology going from 2 mana to 1 mana. Christology is an incredible card for Paladin. Its card already gets use. It's just going to be even more use. In Wild, it will be even more dangerous. It's unbelievable. I think that's the biggest card change, except maybe Luna's Pocket Galaxy. Because Druid, not really. Hunter, nobody plays either of those cards. Maybe they will. Okay, so I can give a weapon. I can play 3 secrets, or my health. My spells cost health instead of mana. I don't have any spell. I have 1 spell right now, or 2 spells. But that's to heal myself, so I could hurt myself to heal myself. So I can do 2 damage to heal for 4. No. You know what? Fine, give me 3. Like I said, I don't really care about this particular playthrough. Healing Rain's great. We'll do that. But yeah, I think that... Yeah, Druid, not helpful. Paladin, huge. What does this do here? Oh, yeah. Health. Priest, extra arms could be big. Pogo Hopper, in Rogue. Stormbringer. Stormbringer at 6 mana, I guess is better when you get it from Hagatha and Wild. Security Rover is pretty big. I'll say that. Security Rover, because Warrior... some Warrior decks, do already play Rover. It having 1 more health is huge. If it was a mana reduction, that would be really bad. But also, there are so many ways to get Rover for Warrior that it's just going to be there. All right, so Cave Hydras. Oh, Cave Hydras is great. Vile Spine, is it good if it's just on your board? It's just a 3/4. What do we got here? Mirror Entity, that's good. Duplicate, whatever. I mean, if I've evolved it, that could be cool. Snake Trap's nice. Snake Trap gives me something that I could evolve if I wanted to. Mirror Entity, same thing. I'll take it. Alright. Excited to have Cave Hydra soon. We don't need that. Let's see.
It's time for a little blood.
Okay, now we have one.
It's time for a little blood.
So we could evolve this. We can't attack with Cave Hydra. We could evolve Cave Hydra and then play Firefly. Kind of like that. Well, now we have a 5-1. Let's do that. I'm just kind of playing around with it. I would love to get an ability to make that cost less. I don't know if we're going to get there. I also love that my favorite is the one where it just makes all your minions have +1/+1 passive. Because that also means minions that you draw or create also have +1/+1. If you steal minions, you get +1/+1. Okay, so you've got yourself card draw. So you've got options. Right, this is the best option. But yeah, there's a lot going on with it. If extra arms goes from 3 mana to 2 mana, and then the other arms you get when you play it also increases or keeps the 2 mana, that's pretty great. Okay, so now we have a couple new friends. Let me just clear these off. We know that we have a 3/4 coming. We'll do that. Kind of like, ooh, there we go. There's a friend. And then, look at that 4/7. It's Fugan. Hi, Fugan.
It's time for a little blood.
And we can also just win next turn. Excited to just win next turn. This combo is pretty fun. Overload myself. Have +3 or +2. Win. It's a very fun combo. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Maybe we'll do one more boss. Transform to a 4/4 copy of a different minion from your deck. I don't like that. Ysera. I don't think we're getting to turn 10 and playing Ysera. Devolve can be fun. No. Get out of here. Get out of here, Tinkmaster. I don't know your guff. Grumble. Mistcaller. This is the most fun. This is the most fun. Oh, this one's easy. You don't give her a chance to play her portals, she's totally easy to beat. Alright, so we'll defeat this and then we'll see where we're at as far as streaming goes. Thanks for everybody that's hanging out. I really appreciate it. We'll do some play here. I think we're gonna keep 2 of these. Alright. Okay, we got our random spells here. Let's see. So we've got Lifesteal Taunt. I don't mind that. That's fine. I can't imagine that maybe our opponent doesn't even have demons, so that's cool. Noble Sacrifice, that's great. Cheat Death, that's pretty good. Counter spell's good. Cheat Death would be great if we can evolve our minion. But even any minion for free, that'd be great, because then we can play it and then evolve it. If it's cheat minion. Although, probably it will be Noble Sacrifice that we then cheat Death. Which is fine. Let's just do this. And let's hope this cheats Death. Okay. Alright, Noble Sac. Or or get down, as some people refer to it. I like Noble Sack better than get down. But yeah, great. Now we have free. We got a free defender. What do we still have here? Counterspell. Counterspell's still good. Free defender. Guess we could have evolved it. I'd rather have this. Well, we still have, because we don't have, and we'll play this too. We don't have a lot of cards that overload us, so we should take it where we can. Although we do have lightning, which we could just spend next turn. We got some healing. Speaking of healing, let's just do that. The correct play here might have been Lightning Storm. But I'd like to see our opponent get a little bit bigger board before I Lightning Storm. We'll see. Alright, our opponent is getting a lot of spell damage going here, so we should probably stop that. With a little bit of Lightning Storm. And also we had lethal. Yes, we had lethal. Yes, Asmo, we did have counterspell. So, you're right. Okay, so, we've got recast all spells you've cast on this minion this turn. No. Grimmer Patron. At the end of your turn, summon a copy of this minion. So that's not when it does damage. That's the end of the turn. So if you play it, you're guaranteed 2 3/3s, and the possibility of more if your opponent can't clear it. I think we're probably going with that. Now, overpowered is after you play a card this turn, replay it, targets them randomly. So if it's a minion, you just get another minion. If it's a spell, that can go either way. I'm going with Grimmer Patron because that card is broken. Double Rag, double Ysera. Double Rag, come on. Blaze Color, double Rag. I don't know. Double Ysera, I don't know. Kel'Thuzad is broken. That's a broken card. Why did that card exist? Why did we have Kel'Thuzad play like it did? But I'm going to go with this. I think this is better. Gives me a card in our deck. The Walking Fountain is a great card. We'll go with Big Shaman. Alright. Oh, okay. So we'll do Bartender, and we'll wrap up after the Bartender, because we're getting close to 9 o'clock, and I've been streaming for 2 hours, which is not a long time, but, you know, for me, it is. Okay, so we could remove a card if we want. Let's see. So we've got choose an enemy minion, add to your deck that costs 1. Remove all friendly minions. We don't want to do that. I like the cards we have, some of these. Discover a legendary. You could add it to your adventure. Look at your 4 spells. Reduce 1 by 3. That we don't have a lot of spells, so we could guarantee. We have so few spells that might be totally worth doing. Choose a friendly minion. I don't like this. I don't think the trade-off is worth it, unless it was a 0-cost minion that became 2. Like, I don't need this to cost 5 to give it those stats. It's just a 1 minion. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We can choose an enemy minion. Kind of like Fire God Destroyer. Let's see what happens with this. Alright. Free Lightning Storm, Overload 2. Free Lightning Bolt, free Healing Rain. Free Healing Rain. I'm going to go with Free Healing Rain. Maybe it should have been Lightning Storm, but I think Free Healing Rain is huge. Basically, 12 health among all yours. It's great. And then we're going to... so it's either Discover a Legendary or give us this good card. I'm going to give us this good card. Wait. Oops. Yes, this was the one I want. Okay. You're in our deck now.
You don't have to go home, but you can't
And who knows where this adventure will take me in the future? I don't know. Up against the Storm Glory over here, who summons any random totem. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it for now. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all have been great. I appreciate you hanging out with me as I play a little Hearthstone, hang out. I love doing these bonus streams. I don't have anything booked bonus-wise for next week right now because I am working a gig that is like all my Wednesday and then all my Thursday until right before I stream, so it's going to be a tough one. Hi, Board. I did get some more model kits in the mail. A video will go up tomorrow about that. Also tomorrow, normal build stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Working on our Levertine from Full Metal Panic, Invisible Victory. Invisible Victory, whatever it is. That car, that Full Metal Panic, that thing, the mech from that. Working on that. So yeah, but yeah, you can check your channels for the video. For those who watch it on YouTube, check the show description for information about how you can support the channel. Consider becoming a subscriber if you haven't already. Give me a follow if you haven't yet. Check me out tomorrow for my next build stream, and I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday or whatever. Bye-bye.